What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Ryan Aranda here, My Best Life Paraguay. And today we're going to be checking out 3 hidden gems, restaurants, right? So the first one we're going to be checking out is Restaurante El Dorado, and it's right on the Paraguayan River to the north part of the city here. So as you see the maps zooming in, that's where it's located. It's right by the Remanso Bridge. So if you guys saw my 300 Days in Paraguay video, this is actually where we went next after we did that hike over to the shipwrecked boat, right? Yeah. So there's several restaurants here, and right around this area. But we were told that this one's one of the best, especially to try caldo, which caldo is a certain soup here, right? And so this was popping up on this the screen is fish soup, right? Caldo de pescado, and man, it was amazing. Like it was great tomato flavors, and yeah. So the fish itself, I believe, is surubi. And actually, we met Yankee Guayo and his brother Zach. So you guys should go follow them. They have Deep Jungle Productions. They make wonderful documentaries about Paraguay here. Um, and so yeah, make sure you guys go follow them on YouTube if you don't know who they are. Follow them on Instagram as well. They really get deep into the Chaco and the certain and the rivers and the jungles here. So they do great work to show the beauty of Paraguay and bigger themes as well, etc. Around the environment, the indigenous here in Paraguay, city life versus rural life, and how everything is intertwined. Okay. So anyway, so here we are starting to walk. Polo, Aaron's dad, and Aaron himself, and Achi as well, our lawyer, right? And so these guys, they hire these guys. It's pretty hilarious. And they try to get you to go to one restaurant or the other. And I'm forgetting the name of the other restaurant, but we were told that El Dorado is a bit better. I do want to try both eventually, but we ended up at El Dorado, right? And then the so yeah, so I'll just let this B-roll play, right? Um, but again, I guess one of the bigger themes I want to talk about, in kind of a lighthearted but also kind of a serious way, is is there a certain way to live life? Um, I've been here. I've been living abroad for a year now in Paraguay, right? So when you get yourself time abroad and you take a step away from your old life, you really get to think about a lot of things incredibly on a deep level, you know. And as many I met so many locals, so many expats, and the quick easy answer is no. There's not one certain way to live life. We're all incredibly different people, real quick, back here to the B-roll. This is wonderful footage. That's the other restaurant. Uh, again, I'm forgetting what it's called, but this one specifically where we're at is El Dorado, and you see on the sign here. And also, I'm actually gonna stop talking because real shortly here, the harp player is gonna come by, and you tip him some money, and then I forgot what I gave him, probably 20 or 30,000. I want to say maybe $4 or $5 or something like that. And he'll come around to your table and play you a few songs, right? So we have that filmed up and coming close here, right? And I didn't film this the best. I apologize. I just kind of had the camera on, but hey, you use what you got, right? For footage. Um, yeah. So back to the bigger theme. I know that we got the music coming up here shortly, and I'll stop my audio so it goes to the original for the music. But man, no, for the bigger theme is there a certain way to live life in America, where you're from, here in Paraguay? And the answer is no. You know, even the guys that we met, Yankee Guayo and his brother, Nathan and Zach Seastrand, they're doing something completely different than I am. They're really getting it out the mud, like literally in the jungles, doing documentaries and get out there with the indigenous. Okay, so here comes the harp player. So I'll come back to the topic after this. Hermoso. Yes, yes. So there you have it. Beautiful, beautiful harp playing. If you guys don't know, the harp is our national instrument here in Paraguay. So yeah, the men and women who play the harp here are extremely talented. It's a very difficult instrument, and yeah, you have to dedicate a lot of time and a lot of your energy to learning that. Certainly not an easy instrument to learn. Anyways, getting back to here, there's more footage of the caldo itself. Again, the fish soup. We also had fish milanesa, I believe, as well. I want to say it's tilapia milanesa. Um, but they have good prices here, you guys. We got. No, we weren't drinking here. We just had sodas. Yeah, but actually, we did buy Yankee Guayo and his brother a beer each because they had gotten back on from a long journey on the river filming the documentary. Okay, so here next we are going to check out Paella Tío Juan, and so Paella, if you guys know, it's the what was it called? It's the skillet that they do the stir fry fish thing on. You guys know what paella is, right? So Tío Juan is the owner of this restaurant. He converted his house into a beautiful restaurant. And I didn't personally try the paella yet, but I mean, I read reviews, and I'm gonna go back there. I just got something simple, just a cheese and a meat platter, but I'm certainly going back, and I know that everybody who's went there absolutely loves it. He tells me he has repeat people coming. I caught him right when he was closing on a random night, so that's why once you see pictures here, it's empty. And I asked him if I could film, and he loved the idea. So I just got one drink and just a little platter, cheese, sausage, that kind of thing. Yeah, and so I got some pictures, I got some footage. Um, yeah, and well, actually, so bringing it back to the bigger topic, right? Is there any certain way to live life? And actually, what Tio Juan was telling me, the owner of this restaurant, I don't think I have a picture of him in here, but I'll be sure to put his Instagram. Uh, and I'll put all Instagrams in the description below. Okay, if I don't put them on the screen here. Um, yeah, I mean, look this place up, you guys. It's wonderful. And so he was telling me his life story, right? He always had a passion. Well, he always wanted to escape to the beach. First of all, he was telling me, which would be Brazil, right? But then he started to fall in love with the food, right? And then he wanted to take that back to Paraguay and do his own versions of it, right? And so he's very strict about his rules. Well, the biggest rule of his is everything's fresh. Nothing is pre-prepared at all, down to cutting of vegetables. Everything is in the moment, and everything is absolutely 100% fresh. And he told me that he reiterated that like several times over. So he takes very seriously his authenticity of the paella that he creates, and he has there's no actual red beef here, right? Everything is either chicken or seafood, right? And fish. Okay, so that was actually really interesting because I don't think I've ever been to a Paraguayan restaurant that didn't have some kind of beef, right? Um, but he's trying to create a different experience for people. So you can hit him up on Instagram and then get his what's up if you connect with him, and from there you can reserve places for birthdays, etc., special events, occasions. This is in the heart of San Lorenzo too, so this is not an easy place to find. It's kind of on a random side road. Okay. And then actually, if you guys saw me enter, there's a little bell because I didn't tell him I was coming. But there's a little bell that you ring right in front of the gate, just in case, right? Because he keeps it closed. And also, he had a huge. So I forgot to mention, he has a huge passion as well for growing these trees and plants. A lot of these are not just plants; these are actual trees that he has in pots. But they don't grow too big because he controls them. But you know, there's no way I could name off all of them. But he has rare species of trees, Brazilian, Paraguayan, all kinds of stuff here. Uh, he'll explain everything if you want to know all what all these plants and trees are. Um, so you know, so he's a what would it be called? In English, I don't know what it's called, but he's big into plants and trees. You guys get the picture, right? So he creates this environment, and then his other passion is also cooking, but also cooking stuff from the ocean, right? So this man is the perfect embodiment of what I'm talking about. That he took takes the best things that he wants in life, and he created this. And actually, he was telling me on top of this, originally his restaurant wasn't outside, but the reason that it's more outside now is because in the pandemic they said that you can't open if it's an inside restaurant. So he actually converted his outside area into the new restaurant area. Okay, and all this stuff is original artwork as well. That's why I filmed it all down to like I believe even the stoneware in the bathroom sink area. Like all this is created either by him or his family, so it's incredibly impressive. um, yeah, great guy. But you know, tying all this back into the bigger topic, is there a certain way to live life? No, there's not. But you should always do what you love to the best of your ability. Now, what is that for me? uh, it's music, it's singing, um, but it's also this. You know, but this is not just video editing and videos and stuff too, but it's connecting people. It's connecting the outside world into seeing little hidden gems of Paraguay. I've always been in positions, and I didn't even really realize it all the time, where I'm trying to create unity with groups of people, whether it's back creating Latin nights and you got so many different groups of people showing up, etc. You know, and this stuff starts off of ideas, you know, and so you know, I like to bring people together. That's what I'm trying to say. And yes, this is a virtual way to do that. But you know, even if you guys like check out a few of these hidden gems in Paraguay, you guys have a couple ideas more. Like my guy Lewis was saying, low. He's saying like, dang, you know, I'd be taking notes on your videos of where to go and stuff in Paraguay. I'm like, damn, man, that's awesome, you know. And yeah, I hope you guys do too. You know, you can go right back to my channel and then just flip through it and be like, okay, well, this is a decent idea. Or yeah, you know, I'm really getting tired of beef. Let's try it. Let's go to Tio Juan's Paella. You know, so yeah, you know, if you follow your passions and what you love to do, there's Tio Juan. He appeared for a moment there, and you guys can pay with credit cards here, all that good stuff. um, pretty much anywhere these days. And yeah, uh, you know, it's just another wonderful spot. And try to be a Tio Juan, combine your passions into something that's meaningful. You know, so last but certainly not least, we're going to be checking out Pausanti. Now, I ended up here because the food park that I normally go to, if you notice on the map, Pinedo Shopping is very close by, and they actually the guys that I hang out actually know the owner of Pausanti, and he's right around my age, super entrepreneurial minded guy, extremely hard worker. He'll hop on a bike and deliver stuff personally. His hamburger joint, which is literally right next to a Biggie. And if you guys don't know Biggies, they're 24-hour stores. So like anything that he doesn't have, he just goes next to the next store and gets it, like a drink, for example, or beers or whatever. So he's getting his bar set up. He's going to create a menu, but more importantly are the burgers, man. He has some amazing burgers, smash burgers. And if you guys don't know what smash, it basically means uh, original patties, right? That you actually flatten. That makes sense. They're not like the frozen ones that are already prepackaged. No, not like that. So great smash burgers here. Again, this place is called Pausanti. That's my man sitting down with his dog. His dog's awesome too. He reminds me a lot of my dog. And then again, this younger man. Well, I guess he's around my age, but he also was telling me his story as well. Oh yeah, hell, we had a 2 hour chat. That's actually very common in Paraguay. I was just telling him, oh, I'm from America. I was noticing certain ingredients you had for drinks. I'm wondering if you make this certain drink that we make in the States. I was talking about an old fashioned. Um, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, oh, by the way, too, I can, this is after I tried his food that I already liked. I only do this for places that I truly authentically like and enjoy, right? So I won't do this for every place. It's places where there are good vibes, there's good owners, that kind of thing, right? So, he's telling me his life story. He likes to do a lot of the same entrepreneurial stuff, land, um, yeah, big into bartending and foods and all that. So he was combining everything, but also he had I was saying land, a mindset for properties, selling properties, and all that stuff. And so this is a cool, good guy, man. His name is Elvio. So make sure you go follow Pausanti Burgers. I'll put all this stuff in the description below, so you guys can go follow him on Instagram. And yeah, so another great hidden gem. This is really close to Pinedo shopping. And if you guys don't know, this is right down from Fernando de la Mora, and so this area is going to be developed. I mean, it already is. It's duplex heaven. It's really close to the university, but there's also high rises popping up, and they're brand new. They're great options if you want to save a few $100s as well, and not be right in the heart of Asunción, and you want to get a little bit out. Living around here is great. I love living in San Lorenzo personally. Um, so yeah, and you can run into to great guys who have great local businesses. And here's Puppy, mascot of the of the restaurant. But yeah, I guess follow your passion. There's no correct way to live life, but I guess the most correct that you can possibly do is don't ever forget to do what you love. And I know that's harder, easier said than done, right? Um, a lot of us have to do, yeah, maybe not the most glamorous 9 to 5 job, but beyond that, try to do what you love and then try to monetize that in some way possible. I think that those are honestly the most fulfilled people in life. And I've met a lot of people now, before all this, but after all this, if you can figure out that magic equation, right? If you can combine with your passions with being able to live where you want, cost effective, getting out of toxic relationships, out of toxic environments, whether that's an entire country, out of toxic economic situations, paying $2,000 for a box in the States, where that covers absolutely every expense imaginable here in Paraguay, for example. So it's just, you're going to have to ask yourself a lot of these questions to find whatever it is that you want to have and to be a fulfilling life, right? Gonna get a little deep here, I guess, on one last point, but a lot of us, especially millennials, right, especially us who are in our 30s, in the States, right, it's so hard to even fathom having a family. Like economically, it's just so hard. Let's not even get into the dating stuff, but just pure economics. And I see young families who are struggling, who are in tears because of childcare costs, of this, of that. You know what I mean? And it's heartbreaking. Families who both couples did everything right. Both couples are working, and you can actually tell just out of their charisma and the way that they're on camera when they talk about this stuff. They really truly do love each other, and they might even be the ones that actually work out in the long run and don't just get divorced, like unfortunately the majority statistically, right? But these are the ones that you can see that really do want a family, but man, they're struggling. And I guess to bring this full circle, that's why it is, I believe, to people's best interest to at least consider overseas. I always talk about it being a retirement backup plan for where your social security will work for you. Hopefully we have that by the time us millennials retire and Gen X after us, or Gen Z after us, I mean. But even beyond that, like having the ability to purchase an affordable home, I mean, it's almost impossible. And I hate to always have to bring this shit up, but it's so true. uh it's so sadly true. And the people who aren't on YouTube talking about it openly, there's a lot of people suffering silently that know this, that know that there's no money at the end of their paychecks, even though they're reaching 60, 70, 80, $90,000 a year. But that's just not enough in America. And so, you know, yes, there's no way to live life. If you're going to continue to live in the States and that's going to be projection for the rest of your life, God bless you. Seriously hope it works out. But maybe for a lot of people my age, maybe try to figure out a few things. Try to figure out residency. Uh, Try for 5 years to find something online. Hell, even give yourself a bit of time, a couple of years, maybe, to live abroad. See if you can make some connections. Uh, Start a YouTube channel. I'll tell you right now, it doesn't pay very much, right? But it's the fact that you're moving forward, the fact that you have the mindset to go against what so many other people will never take the chance to do. I know it's easier, or it's a lot. What am I saying? God, I'm so word salad right now. It's a lot harder than it is to just say it, for it to actually play out successfully, right? And even I've struggled a lot with this stuff, but I do believe it is worth the while to keep pushing forward, to follow your passions, follow your dreams, because just maybe one day it'll all make sense going forward. All right, that's all I have for you. Hopefully, you guys saw some new places. Hopefully, you guys aren't mad at me that I be going on my rants. I know it's been a few weeks since I put out a video. Um, yeah, man, life is hard. Life is hard. There's a lot of things you have to deal with, but honestly, God bless. Whether you're in the States or Canada or wherever in the world watching this, and or you're in Paraguay, some of you. Um, but even when you're here, it's no cakewalk, man. And you're gonna have to switch up a lot of things, and it's the next part of your journey. Okay, I'll end it there. Ryan Aranda, my best life Paraguay. Thank you guys for subscribing. Please like, share, all that good stuff. You guys are awesome. And to the next one. Peace.